So, does women here in Brazil cook and clean? This is a very common question that many foreigners make because many foreigners like Brazilian women and have a wish of knowing one of them and maybe marry one of them. And many Americans and people here from the similar culture here in Brazil, the Occident, let me say like this, wants a conservative woman. Many men don't want a conservative woman too, okay? There is no right and wrong. I'm not doing this video to be like the judge and saying what is right and what's wrong. That's not my intention here. My intention here is only sharing my 36 years as experience as a native here in Brazil, okay, and talk about this topic here. So let's start here doing the following question. Is Brazilian women conservative? Okay, because there is the conservatism, the conservative point of view and the feminism. Okay, they are like opposite. Okay, the feminism is the opposite to the conservative. And here in Brazil, yes, if I would say Brazil is a very conservative country, okay, generally, okay, I'm not generalizing, but in the majority, I feel that Brazil is a lot conservative and very not so much, but a lot of Catholic, okay, a lot Catholic, okay, until nowadays, okay. And here in Brazil, I see a lot of women that are conservative too. I'm not saying that everybody that is Catholic is conservative. I'm not saying like this, but I see that there is a lot of traditional women here in Brazil. And what we mean by traditional, as a women that behave like our old parents, like grandmother, that take care of the house only and cook and clean and doesn't work. Does we have this kind of woman nowadays? It's a little bit more difficult nowadays. We see this kind of woman not because they doesn't want at all, because I know in the deep inside all women wants not work and something like this, but I think that deep inside every woman wants to take care of the home, want to have kids, okay, in the deep level. But many times saying this publicly is like people see with bad eyes this kind of sayings, like the women could not say something like this because men are bad and they are the oppressor. And here in Brazil we have a lot, not only in this area, but in all areas you go here in Brazil, always have the oppressor and the oppressed. It's always this fairy tale of the oppressor and the oppressor. If you go to the companies, the boss is the oppressor, the employee is the poor, innocent and oppressed. Always like this. In the house, the man is the oppressor, the woman is the innocent, the beauty, the oppressed. Okay? If you go to the literally every place you go, there is this like the oppressor and the oppressed fairy tale. And this makes people be very angry with each other here and fighting every time and very polarized, because this kind of like way of see the oppression and the oppressor is not true, because these generalize things and make people feel like every time is the same, and is not true. okay? So people here generally, when a woman say something like this, she has a lot of fighting and arguing about this. You cannot say this because the men are the oppressor and they are bad, they are evil, and you could not be submissive in any kind, okay? There is a lot of radicalism here in Brazil, a lot. And in my point of view, this is so foolish because it's, in my opinion, people should be free to do whatever they want. If a woman wants to cook and clean and not work, okay. If she wants to work and cook and clean, okay. But there is a lot of debate about home. Okay, before I'm going to this point, I was saying that it's not possible today. It's almost impossible, okay, unless you make a lot of money here in Brazil. It's almost impossible a woman not work in nowadays because purchase power here in Brazil is very low, okay, and things are very expensive. So generally, the man and the woman has to work. And there is a lot of debate about when the woman gets home, she has to do the homework alone and the man doesn't do anything, okay? And this is other generalization, the oppressor and the oppressed, that there is a lot here in Brazil. Generalizing like every man doesn't helps in the homework, all the men are lazy and they come from work and just doesn't do anything, then the woman do everything at home and cook and clean, and they argue a lot about this here in Brazil. And that is not the reality, okay? The reality here in Brazil is very distorted. It's like distorted. There is this narrative, this fairy tale that applies to every case, and people just believe this and became very angry and very polarized, things like this. But generally, I see that woman here likes to cook and clean. Generally, okay. There is a lot of women that just doesn't like, don't want to cook, don't want to clean. But at the end of the day, my experience, I see that these are the exceptions. Generally, what I see is that woman likes to cook and likes to clean. And there is nothing wrong with this. Okay? But yes, there is all kinds of women here. I'm not saying that they should do the homework, okay? And the man should do anything. I'm not saying this, okay? But in my point of view, each part can help each other in the homework, because as I say, the men and the women here has to work. Okay, what I see people doing a lot here when they make more money, okay, because there is a large inequality from income here in Brazil, okay. The large part of the population doesn't have access to do this, but there is a lot of people here that, I don't know, are public servants that make a lot of money per month. There is a lot of public servants here that makes a lot of money, by the way, okay. This is a very, in some cases, okay, the nice jobs here, the government pays a lot of money, something like this, or they are business owner or work by themselves, whatever. They hire like employees to cook and clean, okay. I see this a lot here. There is a lot of this here, okay. But that's it. Put in the comments what you like about what I said. If you have any questions, put there too. And thanks for watching, and see you.